Alright guys, so today we have another radio install on this Chevy Avalanche. I believe this is either a 2010 or 2011 Chevy Avalanche, but we got a new radio going in from iDoing, so let's hop into the car and get this thing replaced. So taking this out, we got all the connectors we're going to need, as well as the radio. And I believe, based on your trim, you can get a different bezel based on what your trim is. In this case, this Chevy Avalanche has the wood grain texture to it, so that's the model that we got right here. Alright, so hopping in the car, you're going to have this wood grain piece that you're going to want to pull off. There's several clips on here that you're going to want to pull, especially if this car is old. You're going to have to be careful doing this, but I recommend just getting like a very thin pry tool and getting behind everything and then popping this off. So once you get this off, I ended up breaking mine right here. These clips are in there super tight, so just be cautious when doing this. But luckily the iDoing one replaces this whole bezel, so it's not going to be a big deal, but it is something to be careful, especially if you're going to try to reuse this part. But now I got to get this extra clip out of here, but I'll worry about that in a second. Now there's going to be 8 7-mils you're going to want to take out. Alright, so once you get those 8 screws out, yours might fall apart like this, but if it doesn't, they kind of all stack up on top of each other. This piece goes on top of this one, this piece goes on top of this one. So I'm going to pretty much remove the climate control ones, and then the radio can be pulled out. There's going to be 3 plugs. On this one you're going to have 2 big plugs, one small like micro USB plug, and then the antenna. The antenna is a little tricky. You kind of have to push down on the plastic, or push down on the metal piece while pulling up on the plastic. It's like a push, like some type of like push release. So once you get all those 3 released, or 4 if you count the antenna, then the whole radio unit comes out. So now this is probably a pretty simple setup. So you're really only going to need one main harness that comes off the unit, and then they do have a few other plugs that plug into it. So one of them being the chime. The way Chevy does it, I believe they do all their chimes through the stereo and not through a second mechanism. So this gets plugged into the harness. Make sure your canvas is plugged in, and there is a secondary wire that they recommend too that gets plugged into the head unit as well as into the harness from the radio. So once you have your harness pretty much all set up, we can plug it in. I believe on this model we're only going to use the 2 black plugs that come in here. This one is for additional stuff that is not on this car. And so I'm thinking I will probably stick the chime box up on top. I believe there's going to be room in there, and there's some double-sided tape. So I'm going to stick that up there, and then everything else will really just be plugged in. There's the one plug that'll get plugged in over here, and then you'll have your main stereo plug right here. The rest are additional things that you most likely won't need, but if you want like the 4G antennas and all the other LTE stuff, they can all be plugged in or screwed in here. But for now, this is a pretty basic setup, so we're just going to plug in the main harness. So I'm just going to plug everything and make sure everything's working correctly first, and then we'll dive in to clean all this mess up. So you can hear the chime coming out of here, and the radio is booting up. And I believe there is some extra hardware in here to actually be able to mount this up properly, because based on how this is in the back, it won't bolt up exactly how you want. So they have some additional hardware that'll be screwed in, and then the new ones should snap into this. So, but I mean, the screen's turning on, everything looks pretty good. So I'm gonna make sure Apple CarPlay works, and we should be pretty much set. After connecting my phone to Bluetooth, I'm able to get Apple CarPlay, so everything works. Everything seems to be working. Started the truck just to make sure. I am not getting any steering wheel controls, so I will have to dig into that a little bit, but the sound works, Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay works, so that is a bonus right now. But let's get this all cleaned up, mounted together, and then we'll try to figure out all the other stuff. All right, and this is the other pieces that snap in. Well, they don't really snap in, but they kind of go up in the corners here, and they line up with the screws. So you're gonna wanna put the first 4 screws in there to tighten that up. So now that those are screwed in, now we can kind of get everything tucked in the back here. But before I go too deep into it, I forgot. All right, so let's see if we can get all this stuff. I got the climate control and everything in. Let's see if we can get all this stuff pushed back there. And it looks like it's gonna snap in perfectly. I don't wanna push it in just yet because we do have a new climate control that I'm gonna swap out real quick, because this one, if you can see, it just has some stickers and stuff on here to make it look better. But this, in general, just looks a million times better. As well as we're gonna swap out these USBs with some other aftermarket ones, so that way we can utilize them with the radio. So let's dig into all that first, but it's awesome. So you got CarPlay. So CarPlay is working. I was checking out the radio.
I don't mean to interrupt your meal.
The radio is working, so everything seems to be working pretty good. So let's kind of take this apart and then swap out this climate control, as well as retrofit these for new USBs. Here's our new climate control. So buttons, everything look much nicer. They don't have the stickers on here, so I'm gonna swap that out while we're also doing this. And then I have the USB stuff as well, so that way we can swap this out and get nice USBs in here rather than cigarette lighters. All right, so I took everything apart again I swapped out these old USBs that were in here for some new ones that are actually a USB-C or USB-A plug, and then this one is 2 USB-Cs and 2 USB-As, as well as a voltmeter. So that is nice to have. So now you can actually just plug in a normal thing without having to have a cigarette lighter adapter. So we're gonna put this all back together. I did try to swap out the new climate control so that way it looks nicer, but for some reason when I plug this in, it will not give me any cold air. I am not sure why, but it will not give any cold air. It'll blow and all the other functions work, but it will not blow cold air. So I don't know why that is, but I did notice that on the back they were slightly different part numbers from each other, and possibly the wire or trigger wire or something that kicks on the compressor is not the same. So I did swap back to the old one, and now we can swap everything together and push this back in. This fits in there, but it doesn't snap in. I think I need to replace these metal clips on here so that way it will actually snap in. So let me take these off, which hopefully you will, because I went to go snap this radio in, and I realized that you can see it down here, it's not quite snapped in yet, and that is because you have to take off these metal clips from the original bezel and swap them over. So these things are not the easiest. I don't know who designed these, but they have like these little pointy teeth that are literally dragging in the bezel the entire time. So you have to try to pry up and pry out at the same time, but evenly on both sides, so that way you can pull this off, and then they just snap back on to the new bezel pieces inside of here. So once you do that, everything will be in place. So that is pretty much it on the install over here. So like I said, we have Apple CarPlay, everything is working good. The only thing that I'm having an issue with right now is the steering wheel controls. I'm gonna contact iDoing and see what I need to do, but I did try the learn steering wheel control menu, but for some reason it's not recognizing anything at this moment. So, but again, to hop over here, if you are with your Chevy, all these buttons still work, so none of that has been interrupted for you. So you still get all the oil life, tire pressure, all the other good menus and stuff like that on here. So, but yeah, so that's really it. We just wanted to get Apple CarPlay and have Bluetooth and everything on here, so that way everything was working seamlessly like a normal vehicle in the modern age. So, but if you got any questions, leave them down below. But all in all, everything is looking good. I do have to say the screen quality on here is actually phenomenal. It looks very crisp, it's bright, it's easy to see, so there's no issues with that. Like a week or two going back and forth with iDoing, I finally got everything figured out with the steering wheel controls, and everything is working now. There was a setting in the radio settings in the background. Let's see if I can find it. Under factory 3368, under the car model, this is the selection I did. So if you get an Avalanche that has steering wheel controls, make sure that you have all this selected. So under the CAN box, it's OD. Under the car brand, it's GM Chevrolet. Car model is GMC, and then the CAN box is OD. So that's what I ended up selecting, and that is what got me my steering wheel controls. So now the volume works, the up and down work, all that works perfectly fine. So hopefully when iDoing starts shipping these, they will update the settings in the background. I didn't do anything else with the plugs, so that I didn't need to do. It was just a setting on the radio. But another thing, while I was waiting, I did buy the one with the backup camera. So I got the option with the backup camera. So now I had hooked that up. So when I go into reverse, I get my backup camera. So that is all integrated as well. I didn't really go too deep into that because, I mean, every car is going to be slightly different. This car actually had a backup camera. It was showing up over here. I ended up just pretty much taking that camera out and then swapping with the one in the back. So the iDoing one that got supplied literally fit perfectly in this bezel. So if you're trying to get an Avalanche and say yours doesn't, your trim is lower, I would imagine if you bought the trim and then you put this in there, it literally mounted pretty much right up. I ended up just splicing into the harness that the old camera came with, so that way I could just plug it straight back into the OEM plug. Obviously, if yours doesn't come with one, you'll just have to hardwire it straight to the reverse lights. So, but everything like that is all situated and it's working good, sounds good. I really just want this for Apple CarPlay, but radio works, Bluetooth works, all the other good stuff works. So if you guys are interested in picking up one of these, I will put a link down below, as well as a discount code, so that way you guys can save a little bit of money. So with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. If you guys are new, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.